And bat.
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back.
And we're back.
Radio,
And it's good to be back.
Radio Nowhere on WJBD.
Radio back here.
What?
No.
Look who's talking.
Oh, good morning. It is early Sunday morning, late Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Friday? What?
I am totally out of sync with the week, so you'll have to forgive me.
You're just confusing the issue more.
I am. Anyway, we are the Radio Nowhere crew. Matt Tackett.
Steve Stein.
Matt Donahoe.
And Matt Liebarger.
And we are here to entertain you and play music that you may not regularly hear.
And what did we hear?
Oh, that's a good question. We heard from the album Live at Folsom Prison. We heard Johnny Cash with Cocaine Blues and
We heard Laura Branigan with Self-Control.
something that sometimes we lack. Because if we had self-control, we would not be planning the stupidest event in the face of the history.
In the face of the history.
Yeah, that's what my script said.
That's Steve's fault.
The face of the history. And then it says, pause, wait for laughter.
Go to
Keep waiting.
go to our Facebook page now, our Radio Nowhere Facebook page. You can get there by looking for us, or we're linked even, I think, through WJBD's Facebook page. Go there, and Steve has just uploaded a picture of the vending machine here.
Am I supposed to go there?
At the radio station. You can. You can go right now, and you can see a picture of it. And, okay, and it's time. I know we've talked about it. We talked about ideas, but I think it's time we hammer out rules tonight. We'll announce it on the air.
Well, and we should probably discuss what the Vending Machine Olympics is.
The Vending Machine Olympics is the idea that you take a random vending machine. In this case, it's the one in this building.
So it's not random in that case.
You try to it's random what's in it.
Okay.
You never know what you're going to get. And you try to eat one of everything in the vending machine. Now, if you go to a Facebook page now, you will see from left to right. Steve, what do we have there?
Well, for one thing, it's a little disturbing that it looks like the first two slots are going to be Funyuns, which that's kind of disturbing in its own right.
Well, but they haven't been in the past, have they? So, I mean, I think whoever fills it up during the week, they probably just did it this week. I mean, who knows what it could be next week?
I was going to say, it's kind of scary because when it comes time for the Olympics, it could be maybe like the whole top row of Funyuns. That might kill some of us off right there.
Do you like Funyuns, Steve?
Not particularly, no.
Neither do I.
You don't either?
No. But that's the good news, because we're going to do a team event.
Which, by the way, this started somewhere with my parents.
Somewhere in the dark recesses.
And my family. And when I was talking about this to my dad, he yelled at us for doing it wrong. Just so you're aware. Because I told him we were going to do teams.
Correct.
And he said, that's fine if you want to do it wrong.
Well, you tell your dad. He's more than welcome to come up here and show us how to do it right.
I'm just saying, he thinks you're doing it wrong. But if you look at that top row, what do we got, Steve? Funyuns and what else?
Funyuns, looks like Cool Ranch Doritos and Sun Chips, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I like Sun Chips.
Pretzels?
Yeah, it looks like maybe pretzels and Ruffles, and then we've got a nice little blank spot in barbecue chips.
I love the blank spot. I can knock that out in a hurry.
I can't tell if those are like Rice Krispie treats or what the next one is, but...
Tackett, you were eating a Rice Krispie treat tonight, right?
I was. It didn't come off the top row, though. It was from the bottom row.
The bottom? Oh, yeah, they're there, down there at the bottom. That is... I like how none of us are going to get up out of the studio and go look.
Well, I was going to try and pull it up on Facebook where the picture would be bigger, but...
There's bags of M&Ms. There's bags of peanuts. There's Snickers. And so the idea then we're going to do teams to try to get through the idea of one of everything.
And the first team to finish it all.
What do we win?
A trip to the hospital. So, okay. Now, Funky, correct me if I'm wrong, you are going to be out of town for this majestic event. Is that right?
Yes, I will not be here.
That is disheartening. Because that means that the commentary is going to fall on my shoulders, right? Because I'm not participating. I'm just doing commentary. Steve, you're in, right?
That's still to be decided.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Tackett, you're in.
Yeah.
And who's your partner?
Chad.
Okay. Chad Spray.
Where does that leave me?
I've got a surprise for you. Longtime host, former host of the show. He goes way back with us. Appeared on many, many shows before he ultimately had to leave. Adam Schaefer.
Him?
Yes, him. And he is going to be back in town next weekend, and he will be your partner on the Vending Machine Olympics. How's that, Steve?
I'm still not real certain who we're talking about, but I guess I'll take what I can get.
And here's the thing. If you've ever seen Adam, he's skinny. He's skinny as a rail. He can pack away the snacks. I mean, you've kind of got
a ringer.
Yeah, you've kind of got a ringer as your partner here. Now, the idea is to see how both teams, is it who can get through it the fastest or who could get through
the furthest?
Yeah,
because in theory, in a perfect world, it's who can get through the fastest. In reality, it's going to be who can get the furthest.
Okay. And we're going to try
broadcast.
We're going to try to broadcast the whole thing, and in a perfect world, it would be in an hour.
In a perfect world, but we do not live in a perfect world.
But see, here's my thing. I think we need to do the show like we usually do. Start off with a couple songs, and then introduce it, and not actually even start until, about 10 after or so. Okay?
Okay.
And then do the show until we're done.
Do I have to do the weather while I'm doing this too, I assume?
No. Your job next week
to eat junk food.
Is to eat junk. That's all you have to do is just eat junk food. So I don't know if you need to not eat dinner that night.
Please don't go to a buffet.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That is shown to be bad form, and any chance to try and eat a lot of food is to go to a buffet the meal before.
What if some of it's undercooked?
Well, in that case,
it's probably not going to be undercooked.
That might help you get the food back up then. But, okay, so I don't even know how you would prepare for that. Starve yourself all day?
I don't know.
Tackett, how are you going to prepare for it?
I'm going to research it a little bit.
Research what?
Hey, I'm the same person who scouts for Twister games, so...
So I have a question. What if one of the items is like a pack of gum or like energy chews?
Gum doesn't count.
Energy chews are like gummy bears, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes, because like if I had to chew a whole pack of gum, I'd be in trouble.
So yeah, the gum. Yeah, and I don't think there's any gum in there right now.
I've paid attention, and there's not been any.
But I think energy chews are fair game, right?
Absolutely. And then one of the nice things about having teams is if you, per se, don't care for Funyuns, you can hand them off.
Now, you don't like Funyuns, Tackett?
I don't like Funyuns.
So what if your teammate doesn't?
Oh, I think Chad loves Funyuns.
Does he?
I think he does.
So you have to eat them in the order that they are
Top
in the
to bottom.
machine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Left to right.
Okay, now let's go ahead and get this sorted out, too. Okay, first item, Funyuns. I'm just looking at what's in there right now. First item, Funyuns. And so you pass and let Chad eat.
Correct.
Second item, Funyuns.
Funyuns. Does Chad get to keep eating if he wants?
I mean, in a perfect world, you should alternate, but I think we ought to accept the fact that there's going to be the potential that there might be 2 items in a row that a person doesn't want.
In a perfect world, you should be able to do all this and not feel like you're going to yak in the hallway. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen either.
Yeah, I almost guarantee that's not going to happen.
So are we going to play that Huey Lewis song now?
Wait, we're not done yet. We got to cover this. So we're going to broadcast till this is done.
Right.
And if we have a 2-hour show, we have a 2-hour show, right?
Correct.
And here's what I'm asking, I guess.
I may yak just so I can go home.
Tackett.
Yes.
Let's say you like the entire top row. Can you eat the top row and then tag out for a little bit and let Chad? See, I think we're starting to run into problems there.
I would like it to be that you can, in extreme circumstances, you could maybe skip 2 items. Pass 2 items. Have someone eat 2 items in a row.
While you go purge in the bathroom?
No, if you do that, you lose.
You're done.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's.
But yeah,
Isn't that the man versus food rules? Or sometimes
Yes.
on that man versus food.
You had to keep it down for like half an hour or something.
But yeah, I would say, you should alternate
Lovely.
items, and if there are, like in the case of the Funyuns, there's 2 things in a row that you don't care for, you should be allowed to.
Like Chad can eat Funyuns, and then
I would
you're
have
up.
to do-
You have to be up.
I would have to eat the next 2 things.
Next 2 things. Does that sound okay, Steve?
Yeah, where did they come up with the name Funyuns? I mean, honestly,
Well, they're onions, but they're fun.
They're marketing.
what makes them fun?
To eat them, and you'll find out.
Probably not.
In fact, eat them, and then eat another bag of them, and then some Doritos and some Sun Chips, and you'll have all kinds of fun yucks.
So is Uncle Brucey splitting the bill for this?
No, I think we're all splitting the bill, aren't we? I'm going to throw in some cash.
I was going to say, I thought the idea was we would bring up enough money to get through most of the machine twice, and then we just bring out the money after someone wins and break it back down.
I wonder if Uncle Brucey would open the machine for this event.
He doesn't have the key.
He doesn't have the key to this?
No, I've already checked.
Oh, well, at least you're
Oh,
checking.
don't worry.
So is getting it out of the machine part of the Olympics?
The procedure that I propose
Ooh, Steve just gave this look of
Wow.
like, ooh.
is, so let's say we said starting now, Steve and, for sake of argument, I would leave the studio, go down the hall, put our dollars in, hit the button, 501 or 101, whatever the first row item is. It would go, we'd grab it out, we'd come back here, sit down, and then we could begin eating. And then once we were done,
Okay.
we would tap our partner, and it would begin again.
Now, I think at the beginning you both have to start at the same time
Correct.
because it's not like, So you're both going to start with a bag of Funyuns, and then whoever gets done first, you tag Chad.
And he goes.
He goes, runs down, gets the next one, and then what if there's a jam?
What if the power goes out?
I think we've got bigger problems than just the vending machine if the power goes out. Then it won't matter. Nobody will hear, and we'll just come back on the air when the power's back on and say,
Oh, we made
did it! I think we should film this somehow, too.
They have a camera here.
There we go.
So,
But how, okay, what if it jams?
like, what do you mean it jams? Like
Okay,
one
like-
item specifically?
Yeah, one item specifically. Is that like an act of God type of thing? Where it's
Exactly.
like, now, okay, so you try to get Doritos. The Doritos don't come out. What do you do next?
What if then the next guy gets 2 bags of Doritos?
I take the Sun Chips for my turn.
Yeah, and what if the next guy gets 2 bags? I don't.
That's harsh.
Yeah, they shouldn't be penalized for something like that.
It's just fate.
I mean, they should have to try to get a bag, and if they get a bag, they have to eat one. But if they get 2, I think that's a little rough. I hope next week
And you eat it.
I hope next week we come up here and they have stocked the whole
Nothing
top.
but Funyuns.
Well, no, they've stocked the whole top row with like full like watermelons, like just
I see
whole
that
watermelons and
Yeah,
pumpkins.
sticks of butter.
Yeah, just sticks of butter.
Microwave popcorn.
Is there microwave popcorn up there?
I have I have seen vending machines with microwave
This
popcorn.
one I've never seen it.
Hey, I have seen. Tell me how you'd react to this. I have seen vending machines that have pickles in them, like those.
I
There should
actually
be pinatas with pickles in them.
there's a vending machine at where I work. At the alternate, we go to work at 2 different locations, and the alternate location has 2 pickles in the machine.
What?
Wow.
Could you eat a whole pickle, Steve?
Not out of a vending machine, no.
How about a sandwich? What do they put sandwiches
Oh,
up here?
no,
Like,
thank you.
They're shelf stable.
It's not
pickles.
refrigerated or anything. No way.
And they're my favorite vending machine
eggs,
ever
hard-boiled eggs,
Hard-boiled eggs, yeah.
has ice cream
Coleslaw.
in it.
ice cream.
It's an ice cream vending machine. That's the one to have the
you
Olympics
go.
on. Be like, oh, my head is killing me.
I do like what Steve just said. The idea of coleslaw, like
All right.
like it's just like a ladle of it, and just goes plop, and it's just, you have to have your hand waiting at the bottom for this thing. Coleslaw. Okay, take us into music, Tackett.
Well, this is Funky's pick, so he should probably introduce it.
Oh, I didn't realize we
hey.
were still playing music.
Oh, Funky's here.
Hey, he's awake.
So, back into the music. A few weeks ago, we played a song off of the new album from Deer Tick, which is one of my current favorites. And this is another track. This is the first single off of the new album. It's called The Dreams in the Ditch on Radio Nowhere, WJBD.
Full service 100.1 FM, WJBD, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Dig Lazarus Dig, also Deer Tick in there to start things off. Right now, though, it is time for the weather with Steve.
That was my intro.
It's the best I can do. I mean,
That was kind of weak, but I guess I'll take it.
I was going to sing and dance, but I figured neither one of them would show on the radio, so.
The singing would.
I see. Tonight, mostly clear, low around 38.
Come on, Steve.
Tomorrow,
I like the way you enunciate.
mostly sunny with a high of 67. Tomorrow night, low of 44. And Monday, looks like partly sunny with a high of 58 degrees. And that is your forecast.
With Steve Stein on WJBD.
So what time is it now?
It's 12:32.
Okay. Well, usually at this time, we have...
Uncle Brucey's Pick of the Week.
He's not very loud.
He's not very loud. I don't even know what that was, Tackett.
I
Is that
don't.
a flea?
It was.
Ugh.
Uncle Brucey's Pick of the Week. Pick of the Week.
Pick of the week. Pick of the week.
You realize this is track 36.
Uncle Brucey's Pick of the Week. Pick of the Week.
That's better.
There you go.
So every week, Bruce Kropp picks out a hidden gem from the past, and the thing we can
A golden gem.
rely on Bruce for, I think, is obviously Bruce's. And I'm not making a joke here, but Bruce's, generation-ish older than us, and so he kind of has, all these other unknown songs that he grew up with, as opposed to us
A
young pups.
wider musical taste.
Wider musical taste, an older musical taste. And this week he picked one that I not only knew, but I actually really like. And the other little bit of it is I know Tackett hates this song.
Oh, I despise this song.
But here's what Bruce said about it. He says, "My pick of the week is an interesting 1969 hit."
Interesting in the Chinese curse sense of the word.
It's a 1969 hit in the year 2525 by Zager and Evans. It plays on the theme man is dooming himself with all of the technological advances. He says, "I'm pretty sure this is the only song they did that received any national airplay, and it was a fluke due to the message, but went on to be a #1 hit. It is one of those songs that really makes you think, like many of the songs in the Vietnam War era." So Uncle Brucey's pick of the week is the 1969 hit In the Year 2525 by Zager and Evans on Radio Nowhere here on WJBD.
Full service 100.1 FM, WJBD, Radio Nowhere, and that was Crowded House with our Crowded House pick of the... Wait, no, we don't do that anymore.
Don't do that anymore.
It's just
Don't say that.
Just our song, Crowded House, Pineapple Head. And also before that, we had our Uncle Brucey's pick of the week.
That was your favorite song, if I'm not mistaken.
It's among my favorites. Zager and Evans in the year 2525. We are Radio Nowhere. Matt Tackett, Matt Donahoe, Steve Stein, and Matt Liebarger left to right across your radio dial.
I wanted to jump in real quick about two things. One, the vending machine Olympics. I thought of two questions. Well, and the first question is just simply, there is a pack of 6 powdered donuts in the vending machine. Do you honestly think you can get through that on top of 4 bags of chips?
I still contend that this is going to be ridiculously hard, even with 2 people.
Okay.
And your dad can call us whatever he wants, but it is a nigh on impossible task.
And then, okay, item 2, or question 2, and then I have another new topic. Can you share? Can you both eat the bag of Funyuns?
No.
Okay, okay. Jeez.
What a stupid question.
I mean, come on now.
Okay.
That's like we hold these truths to be self-evident. You may not share the Funyuns.
All right, fine. I feel like there's a lot of unintentional advertising going on in this show, too. We keep dropping ruffles, and
Well, we are trying to get a sponsor, you know.
that's true. And actually, we're getting a little pretty close to that, too. Okay. So I was gone last week,
Were you?
but I did.
That's why the show went so well.
Really? Because I don't think that it did. Because now, in addition to taking calls from lunatics, you guys actually made a call to.
Now, in all fairness, that's the second call we've made.
Well, one was a follow-up to a call we got, right?
Well, yeah.
And technically, it was a follow-up to a call we got as well last week. It's
Okay.
just- it
And I was
in the
even
same
gone
segment.
when all that went down.
And okay, so last week we got a call from a guy named Dr. Where is it? Dr. Marvin Smote, and he was talking about Bigfoots
And UFOs.
and UFOs. He was talking about. Let me see. What else did I write down here? Bigfoots, UFOs, exorcisms. He was talking about. So not only was he talking about himself, he's talking about another Bigfoot hunter named Dr. Cecil Gerke. He was talking about what Sasquatches smell like. He was talking about the fact that he has 17 books out about the paranormal. And I'm going
Which
to.
I looked on Amazon and couldn't find any of them.
Well, probably. Okay, well, I'm just going to say this is
that
the
out.
reason we need to keep the nonsense on this show limited to just us. I don't care if it's calls coming in or calls
See,
going
I
out.
totally disagree because I like Funky, think that we have a pretty good track record with phone calls.
So I say, well, I just have to say after listening to last week, no more.
Well, you know, like I just said, I think we have a pretty good track record. And to further prove that, we have a phone call.
Thank you, producer Steve, for putting this one together.
Are
Hey,
you
good
serious?
morning. Good. This is Radio Nowhere. Is this Dr. Gerke? I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Hello.
sir. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay, this is Radio Nowhere. Matt Tackett, we got Matt Liebarger, Steve Stein, and Matt Donahoe in here with us. We're going to ask you a couple quick questions, and really, we just wanted to give you a few minutes of airtime because we had a colleague of yours on the radio last week who mentioned your name, and he really wasn't. I don't know how to put it delicately. He wasn't a real big fan of you. And we wanted to give you a chance to maybe respond to any criticisms that he may have or may not have made.
Yes, I'm very aware of Marvin Smote. I don't appreciate at all the disparaging remarks that I heard were made. I didn't personally hear it, but I've had several people give me an account of the things he had to say.
Well, sir, we like I said, this is the reason why we had you on, is to give you that kind of equal time to at least, well, probably not truly equal, but some time to respond to the comments, or at least maybe tell your side of the story.
Well, I don't know how familiar you are with Mr. Smote. I know you had him on your show last week. Do you know his credentials? Do you know anything about his background?
Apparently, he's a ufologist.
He claims to be a wide variety of things. I believe, what is he up to, 17 or 18 books that he says he has available now?
I guess a new one was coming out later.
He's written, I guess, what passes for 17 or 18 books. He prints them out on a dot matrix printer and collates them at a Kinko's and sells them out of his Winnebago at UFO conferences and gatherings. Does that count?
Well, yeah, that kind of explains a lot, because I was trying to see.
Actually.
I was trying to actually look it up and do a little more show prep than usual, and I just couldn't find any of his books on Amazon. So I was a little concerned, because it seems like they have a lot of books.
Yes, he and his wife travel around in a Winnebago, and they go to different UFO conferences. They go to whatever the current hotspot of the unexplained might be, and they just insert themselves in whatever situation is going on.
And can you maybe compare and contrast that is to your methodology?
I myself, a lot of what Mr. Smote refers to and is interested in has no bearing on what I do. UFOs and exorcisms and a lot of the other things he mentioned just don't factor into my work. I'm an anthropologist and a hominologist. I focus exclusively on the Sasquatch creature.
We also hear you're a Zumba instructor.
I do that on weekends. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about your research, or do you have any books out? Or
I've written several books. I've been studying and researching the Bigfoot creature for about 19 years. I've been on numerous expeditions for months at a time in the Pacific Northwest. I have a brother who's based in the Himalayan mountains and does work with the natives and research and history on the abominable snowman.
Okay.
I actually, a culmination of a lot of my work, I've just been in talks, and I'm developing a show for HBO, actually.
Really?
Is this going to be like one of those Monster Hunter shows, or?
It is, but I really do not like being grouped into the same category as Finding Bigfoot and all those shows. This is a month-long expedition. One expedition will be an entire season. Actually, we are in talks with Renee, the woman from Finding Bigfoot, to be on our show.
For what reason?
I just think she would be a good partner, sidekick for the show. I find myself strangely attracted to her.
Well, that's fair enough.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Renee would wear striped socks for this television show?
Do you think that'd be more? Do you think it'd be more striking? I mean, are you trying to create some kind of character here for
perhaps
the show here?
No, not really. I'm joking. It's going to be a very scientifically based show.
Are you, when you say that, are you poking fun at Dr. Smote a little bit for being kind of showy?
Yeah, absolutely. And he, how many times did he say he had seen Bigfoot or encountered Bigfoot?
100 and something.
Yeah.
Did he mention to you that probably 95% of those occurrences took place during his ages of 3 to 4 years old?
That didn't come up. No.
Yeah, I don't.
He had mentioned that his first time, he just never mentioned exactly his age. Can you at least verify or contrast any of his findings that he shared? I mean, is there any validity to the things like the monster has an oddly hued green eye, or it smells?
It
smells like what it was, like a taco salad supreme gone bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Those facts are very well documented. He can find those with a Google search, and probably has. Some of his claims that Bigfoot is from another dimension and things like that, that's preposterous.
3 meters, is that about right?
What was he talking? He was talking about like the nowhere dimension. We are somewhere, so they come from nowhere.
No, that's ridiculous.
Where demons and aliens come from and things like that.
No, there's no merit to that.
So are you saying Bigfoots aren't from outer space?
No, absolutely not. Bigfoots, Sasquatches, are from they're from Earth. They're living, breathing, Terran creatures.
Okay. What would you say they're like some sort of missing link, maybe?
I believe so.
Well, Dr. Gerke, I just want to say that I wasn't real big on taking a call again this week after the call we had last week from Dr. Smote, but I feel like this has been a good call.
I do too, and thank you for allowing us to at least kind of do a little something for you to make up for the things that were said last week. And of course, if you'd ever like to be on the show again, let us know. Or if there's anything else we can do for you, please just say so.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say please consult me if anything comes up in this realm again, rather than seek out people of dubious reputation like Marvin Smote.
Okay.
And also, before I go, I'm a big fan of that Bust a Move song by Young MC. Do you think you can play that for me?
Oh, absolutely.
Bust a Move on Radio Nowhere. That is Young MC with an extra couple of drum fills there at the end of the song. And so Bust a Move, Young MC. And that was a request from respected Sasquatch researcher Dr. Cecil Gerke was the first successful call I think we've had on the show. So
You know what? I would say that we've had a pretty good track record.
You think so, Funky? Really? You really think so?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the guy calling in that lost his hot air balloon?
Well, yeah, I think we provided a service for him.
Do you? You remember?
He didn't make it home, though, as far as we know, do we?
I don't know. Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know.
Last he was getting room service. That was the last I remember.
Was he getting room service or was he getting run out of his room?
It might have been both.
Yeah, we had that guy. We had the guy call in that said he saw a UFO shooting trees in the area.
I can't vouch for that one.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
all but that one.
All but that one?
Right.
The guy having a rummage sale in Seattle?
Well, sure, that was, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm kind of losing my argument here.
I think so. But that guy I liked the Dr. Gerke. Liked him. Maybe we can talk to him again sometime. He seemed a pretty cool guy.
Seems very intelligent.
I wrote his
We'll
number
see,
down,
but-
so we need to.
So, anyway, so I was gone last week. I kind of voiced my opinion about the call. Also, there was some other thing that you guys did last week that was new, and
Yeah.
and I was gonna.
Throughout history, mankind has developed wonderful technological advancements. He's developed the wheel, made the wagon, developed airplanes, motor vehicles, and spaceships. However, man is not perfect, and neither are the machines he builds. That's why we dedicate this time to
Steve's Mechanical Problems in History.
And tonight's mechanical problem in history, we are going to go overseas, and we are going to go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I'm just very happy you got that name right. So, not
Well-
pizza.
Few people realize, but when it was actually built, it was actually level and was not leaning. But now it leans. Does anyone want to make any guesses as to what happened?
The
Reasoning?
The foundation was not. They didn't build it on solid ground.
Yeah.
Good guess. Wrong.
No, I'm. Okay.
Funky?
Was it the materials it was built out of?
You're on the right track. Anybody?
Well, the other thing I was going to say before you cut me off earlier is not only did I not think we should take any more calls, but I didn't want to do this segment either, so I don't have a guess.
Fact of the matter is, one side, they used too short of bolts, and it leaned to that side, unfortunately.
What?
Wait, what are you talking about?
True story. Look it up.
Bolts again.
Bolts?
Too short of bolts on the one side.
That's what you said last week about the Titanic.
You know, it's a common problem. Too short, like I said last week, too short of bolts will get you every time.
All of this information and more can be found on shortbolts.com.
This has been
Steve's Mechanical Problems in History.
That may have been the dumbest thing we've ever done on the
Can I
radio.
just say something real quick, too? Steve,
Yes,
you're an idiot. Okay? I
We
just
mean
I
that.
just want to
In a loving
it's
way.
just the facts, man. You got to look it up.
If we could use the internet, I would.
I got nothing here. I mean, just the wind has been taken out of my sails with that stupid.
Even for us, that's pretty bad.
That's get the hot air balloon pilot back on.
You better be
here.
kind of careful with that table you're leaning on. I noticed that the bolts on it were kind of questionable.
Wow.
This is
Been an anticlimactic end to
what a
things.
yeah. Just I was going to vote against this. I was going to vote against the calls. I was going to vote against you being here.
Do we have any really sad songs that we could end on, or
Yeah,
I started to joke?
yeah, or
I got Bittersweet Symphony. I mean, that's
like Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years, or something.
I think I've got that.
Or
wow. Oh well. Next week, vending machine Olympics. We're going to get started at the first break, which would be the 10 break.
unless the bolts are too short in the machine.
That's a possibility. I'll have to check it out.
You'd be too sick to check that out by then. Next hour, Roger Bartley will be in with his oldies show. I kid you not. Oh, that reminds me. I did have one last thing. This may redeem it.
Oh, nothing like timing out to the top of the hour. Go ahead.
Today, and you're going to swear I must have been on drugs, but today I saw a horse, and on top of the horse's back was a goat.
What?
A goat was standing on the back of a horse. And I thought it was an optical illusion, but as we passed by, it was clear that there was a goat standing on the back of a horse.
Where did you see this at?
In a field.
Just in the middle of nowhere, in a field.
Around Moments.
How did the goat get on the horse's back?
I don't know. The only thing I can figure is the horse must have been laying down, the goat climbed up on his back, and then the horse stood up.
Somehow, if it was a ghost, it would seem more plausible.
Yeah, I was going to believe the ghost.
Oh, well. We should probably wrap up there.
As always, if you like what you heard,
tell a friend.
If you didn't like what you heard,
complain to Steve.
Yeah, no, I'm going with that.
WJBD Salem Centralia.
This has been an I Love Raisins production.